this afternoon, just a few feet from the family's boat, which was also their home.
My understanding was she was found lying under the pier in a prone position. So.
But seemed to be wedged in there somehow?
I'm not sure if the way it was described to me, she was just there. So the weight of her body may have just sunk her down to the bottom.
The Obies had been docking their boat here at the Ontario Place Marina for years, and Lindsay was very familiar with this area and very water-wise as well. But police tell me they'd only had this boat for one day. It was a brand new boat, and Lindsay was having a hard time climbing up onto it. Although police speculate that she may have fallen into the water trying to climb onto the boat, investigators are looking at all possibilities.
This is a normal course of an investigation. We have to make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and everything is exactly what we expect it to be. I mean, like everything else, we can't just assume anything. So we're just making sure, we're confirming everything.
About 35 officers had spent the day searching Ontario Place, hoping Lindsay would be found safe and sound. When she didn't turn up, hours later, the Marine unit was called in to search the harbor. An ambulance had to be called in when the tragic news reached the family. Lindsay's mother had to be treated for shock. The coroner has been called in to investigate the drowning. The family has 2 other children. And in another case, police have identified a little boy about 5 or 6 years old found this morning in the area of Caledonia Road and Lawrence Avenue. His aunt called 13 Division 9 hours after his disappearance. The boy will remain in the custody of Children's Aid Society at least overnight. Tonight, the fire marshal is investigating a blast that tore through an Oshawa plaza early this morning. 2 teens walking near the Grandview Plaza heard the explosion and got help. It apparently started inside a fish and chip shop, but 2 other businesses were also damaged. Total cost up to $500,000. Tonight, after months of volunteer work, the Gatehouse has opened its doors. The center is for survivors of child abuse and is a monument to the memory of the late Martin Cruz, who was also a victim of child abuse.
Yes. That's perfect.
A lot of things have happened since October 30th when Martin died. The awareness and prevention programs have magnified and flourished greatly to stop this awful sickness of sexual abuse. The Gatehouse is now a reality.
It's the first home of its kind here in Toronto, a safe place where survivors of child abuse can now receive support.
This is going to be the office, but the whole concept is that it should be like a home.
To me, it's a place where people can come and be able to say in a caring environment what's happened to them, to be believed, to have a chance to become whole again.
The police is going to use this for videotaping. Oh. So this is for court, and they're supposed to be state of the art, and that's going to be the interview room.
In crisis situations, that secret comes out and can cause violence, can cause depression, can cause suicide. We're trying to deal with those people and get them to tell their secrets ahead of time and let them know that it's not a shameful secret, that they can give it up and get on with their lives.
The Gatehouse is open as of today, and if you need any information on physical or sexual abuse, you can give them a call here at 255-5900, and donations are also being accepted at the same number. Dominic Shulo at the Gatehouse, City Pulse tonight.
Tonight, another group of kids was given a helping hand with a special auction.
$35 has been bid. $35 has been bid. Do I have $40? I have $40 from the gentleman here.
The East End Children's Centre hosted a fundraiser to assist with their program costs. Councillor Michael Prue took the highest bidders for all the donated goodies.
$15. $15. Whoa, flurry. Do I have 20 over there for 35?
We run programs where the children can come with their care providers and play. We have resources for the parents and the care providers, as well as different educational opportunities for them to break down their isolation and hopefully enhance the care that's being provided for the kids.
Organizers are hoping to pull in $5,000 to put back into their programming budget. Premier Mike Harris showing his support tonight for a children's agency. He traveled to Waterford for the launch of Camp Trillium's second residential campground. The facility is a getaway for kids with cancer and their families. Camp Trillium also has similar grounds in Picton. Each year, more than 400 children in Ontario are diagnosed with cancer. The fight against a disease affecting thousands of Canadians is getting a boost tonight. Scores of die-hard bikers rumbled through the routes around the megacity for the Retinitis Pigmentosa Foundation.
Anniversary of the Canadian Ride for Sight. Today we have approximately 5,000 motorcycles here raising funds to help fight blindness.
It's estimated more than 500,000 Canadians suffer from retinal diseases. Dozens of planes roared through the skies west of the megacity. Thousands turned out to take in the Hamilton Air Show. If you missed out on this aerial performance, don't worry, there's another one being put on tomorrow.
For a beautiful photo canopy pass, get a look.
More serious air shows will be happening overseas, with Canada helping NATO in the effort to bring peace to war-torn Kosovo. Military officials say 6 CF-18 fighter jets and 130 troops are on the way to Italy, ready for action in Kosovo. Last week, NATO increased its military presence in the Balkans, hoping to stop Serbian forces from raids on ethnic Albanians. The crisis has forced thousands of people, mainly sick and elderly Albanians, to flee Kosovo. But officials say as the people leave, more trucks filled with weapons were heading into Kosovo to supply the ethnic Albanians arms against Serbian security forces. The Albanian Air Force tried to send a message to the Serbs with an air demonstration earlier today. Still overseas, an amazing cat in India who supposedly can predict the future. Kittu's owner insists her kitty can sing along during prayers. The cat's 15-year-old owner says Kittu has also predicted the results of political races. One thing that cat hasn't done, help the girl to improve her grades or to make the family any richer. And animals are something that we here at City TV are known for covering with grace and care. And tonight, that coverage was honored with this special award. And videographer Brian Carey was there.
Some of the media outlets are extremely kind to us, and I count among that number City TV.
The Ontario SPCA is celebrating its 125th anniversary with a 4-day conference here in Orillia. On the agenda tonight, awards, including City Pulse for Broadcaster of the Year, and Xena the Beagle takes home the prestigious Hero of the Year.
We unfortunately had a fire last November in the house, and Xena woke us all up. And she saved our lives. She smelt the smoke. She kept jumping on my bed till we got awake. And then about 3 weeks ago, we got the notice that she'd been voted Hero of the Year. We think that she's Hero of a Lifetime. But
how was the Ontario SPCA started?
It actually was concerned for the welfare of children as well as animals. So we're celebrating this year our 125th year. But at the moment, a lot of new initiatives that we're very proud of, including our violence prevention initiative that is the theme of our annual conference.
How do you stay optimistic?
It is very gratifying when one can bring a happy ending to a dog that would otherwise have no friends.
Keeping in mind that the Ontario SPCA is a charitable organization that relies totally on donations, if you'd like to help support them in the great work that they do, you can contact them at 1-888-ONT-SPCA. In Orillia, I'm Brian Carey for City Pulse tonight.
We're also very proud tonight to be sponsoring the Benson and Hedges Symphony of Fire. Portugal let off some steam tonight at the annual fireworks competition. On Wednesday night, Italy will try to one-up this performance. The grand finale lights up the skies July 4th. And it was a perfect night to take in the fireworks show, but will this warm weather last? I'll have your full 5-day forecast a bit later on. But first, Claudia's with the City Pulse Live Eye, taking in the last stop of the Caravan Festival. Claudia.
And the Caravan World Tour has taken us to the Port of Spain tonight, and this is a place where I think women are in charge. We have two of them here. These are the mayors. Could you introduce yourselves?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Port of Spain Pavilion.
Okay, what's your name?
Well, again, welcome to Port of Spain Pavilion.
Okay, now we are being entertained by some great dancers. Boy, these guys are really energetic. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yes. These dancers are the Caribbean folk performers, and they also host the Port of Spain Pavilion. And the dance that you are seeing now is an African celebration dance called Manjani.
And a celebration it is. Take a look. I'll have lots more for you coming up in entertainment, including the cool vibes at the Dumouriez Downtown Jazz Festival. Right now, here's Johnny with an early look at sports.
Well, thanks very much, Claudia. Coming up in sports, knock on woody.
Susan and Fido were just made for each other. With a monthly airtime package of 100 minutes any time of day for just $20. And no locked-in contract. That's cool. Because Susan hates being fenced in, just like Fido.
In Niagara Falls, Ontario, Marineland is the place to go, where magic's king and the dolphins sing. Everyone loves Marineland. You can take your family for the day.
Our prices stay lower than everyone else, day in, day out, regardless.
Home Depot has what we call a price protection guarantee.
If you find a price that's lower in any other store, we will do a price match and we will beat it by 10%.
You are guaranteed at Home Depot to get the lowest price on every product throughout our store.
We certainly can beat any price around.
As a customer, you're so important to us that you should have the best price all the time. So we will always have the lowest prices here at Home Depot, and we guarantee that.
This is the city. This is a brand new Volkswagen Beetle. This is your radio station. Listen to 104.5 Chum FM each day between 7 and 8, noon and 1, and 4 and 5. We give you clues leading you to an invisible Beetle. Find it and you win it. This is the Chum FM Summer Search for Beetles. The hottest car of the summer could be yours. 104.5 Chum FM.
John just knew Fido would be perfect for business. With a handset for coast-to-coast coverage and a monthly airtime package of 400 minutes any time of day for just $40. John's Fido service bears rather scant resemblance to cellular.
Sports is next, and John, the Jays looking a little tired tonight in Baltimore.
Why, Pam, you savvy judge of baseball talent, you. The Jays did look a little bushed tonight, and it's no wonder after their 15-inning marathon last night. Skipper Tim Johnson should consider adding no dose to the team's list of supplementary vitamins. Jays of Maryland, but it wasn't merry for the Woodman. Second frame, Lenny Webster poleaxed Woody for a 3-run jerk to cast Surhoff and Ripken. 3-zip Orioles. Crespo got a run back, but Eric Davis round trip the night. Fantastic off Woodrow in the third. Right here. That made it 5-1. A Mark D'Alessandro dinger cut it to 5-3, but Rafael Palmeiro cut loose in the fifth with a 2-run job. The Woodman allowed 3 swats in an 11-3 loss, their 5th in the last 6 games. Sammy Sosa hit his major league record-tying 15th dinger in June in the Cubs' win over Philly. Payne Stewart took great pains to maintain course maintenance at Olympic, where the Golden Bear turned the clock back on 15. Thanks for coming out. He's 13 back. Stewart checked into the third round with a 1-stroke lead, but shots like this on 8 helped him par the round to open up a 4-stroke lead. But he hears the footsteps of Tom Lehman, who chipped in here on 14. Lehman fired a 68. He's tied with Bob Tway, 4 strokes back of Stewart with a bullet. Wayward soul Dennis Rodman has been slapped with another sexual assault lawsuit stemming from his alleged behavior at Las Vegas casinos. This is the 3rd lawsuit he's received in the last month. A betting man in Vegas would call that a trifecta. Speaking of trifectas, the $1 million North America Cup at Woodbine today was an underdog's delight. Jockey Mike Lachance rode straight path straight to the winner's circle and earned a cool $500,000 for owners Anthony Del Monte of Brampton and Antoinette Liberto of Toronto. Straight path was a 29-to-1 long shot to capture the 15th running of the Cup. Workplace was second. Run to the Bank was third. Queen Plate tomorrow. Beautiful plumage in France, where Japan gave Croatia a heck of a battle. But in the 77th minute, Schuker shook loose to give Croatia a 1-0 win and an invite to the second round. Belgium jumped out on Mexico 2-zip PDQ, but the Mexicans came back. Down 2-1, Blanco took Ramirez's cross for a honey of a goal. The two teams ended up in a Mexican standoff. The Free Traders have 4 points atop Group E. In the finale, South Korea went south against the Netherlands. Overmars used his fancy footwork to put the Netherlands up 2-0 en route to a 5-zip pasting. They only need to tie Mexico on Thursday to advance. The 10th Toronto International Dragon Boat Race Festival kicked off today at Center Island. 175 teams are attempting to become the one team that represents the megacity in the International Dragon Boat Races in Asia in 1999. But it's a lot more than that. The festival features multicultural events and performers. It all wraps up tomorrow. And Pam, we do have an unconfirmed report here that Terry Murray has been hired to be the coach of the Florida Panthers. He was rumored to be one of the people that not talking to Ken Dryden when Ken Dryden talked to him about coaching the Leafs. And that's about as confusing as Dryden is.
Yes. That's very straightforward. Thank you, Don.
You're
Stick around. Claudia has entertainment when we come back. But I got that all together.